Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, tigers and frogs. This is Kenny Catfish coming back at you with another one. Time to hit them with some old school modern day football. 3 tight ends, baby. This is a new volume, volume 6, part 1. So get your crayons, kick back, and take notes. Alright, here we go. Welcome to volume 6, part 1. I gotta call somebody out by the name of Kempin Ain't Easy and KB15154. You two guys, I've seen you in the comment sections throughout the whole year. I've seen your name, more than I've seen anybody. So I gotta call you guys out on this one right here. I'm back to Carolina Panthers playbook, and as you can see, I'm slowly transitioning away from the spread playbook with my videos. Now, I still play and rock with the spread playbook, but nevertheless, sometimes you gotta switch this stuff up. Reason being is because I'm on Ultimate Team and the speed and awareness is just phenomenal right now, and it makes no sense. So you have to have under center plays. That's the only reason why. Like I say, I go back and forward. So that's that. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is volume 6, part 1. You guys already know part 1 usually is in practice mode, and then we go to part 2 and 3 for on the field 4-minute offense. And what we have here today is a 3 tight end set, and I'm gonna give you some good detail in here. So the first one is called wing tight and wing pair. So this is Carolina Panthers playbook. It only has wing tight and wing pair. 3 tight ends, 1 receiver, 1 running back. And you can audible to both of those. And if you move your men in motion, the tight ends in motion, you can change it up and stuff. You can make your own other little wings. It's 4 of them in the game. It's a wing tight, wing pair, wing Z, and wing U. So I think Bruce Arians, he's at Tampa Bay. They have 3 of these built into the playbook. I used to run theirs like a while back until he moved to Tampa Bay and stuff, and then I started clinging to the spread playbook. So anyway, let's get started. You guys already know I'm gonna go over the 2 formations and go over the audibles. Same thing, nothing changed, and put the best possibilities that's mostly effective. So if we start over with the wing tight, you got quick slant, dive, vertical shot, PA stretch. There's no point of having quick slant in there because you can create your own quick slant except that little stick route right there. So there's other things you can do to have multiple things that you can't create, such as mesh. You can't create that spot route nor the wheel route the way they have it. So I like to put mesh right there. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to keep your dive because you got to have 2 run plays, 1 up the middle and 1 outside. And we'll take out vertical shot. And as you flip through this, some of this stuff is kind of like monotonous. It's like unnecessary. So I like to go with PA flood because it has that table route and that little speed out route by that tight end. PA flanker stretch, I like to keep that in there because you can't hot route to those 2 post routes. And if you look into the rest of the plays, it's pretty much nothing else in here. Everything else is pretty much generic unless you want to go with one of those other run plays. It ain't like it have a toss. Maybe sometime halfback ace power, but other than that, we'll go with PA stretch. We'll keep it right there. So we go over to the wing pair, and it basically looks like this. All tight ends are on the right side of the field. Me and my partner, we call this formation the Great Wall because it looks just like a great wall. You know what I'm saying? 3 tight ends stacked up. You really don't see this too much, but I'm gonna tell you this. I have had a lot of success in this formation. This is one of these formations where you can sit in here the whole entire drive. Listen, y'all, I just played 2 seasons and went to the playoffs being in these 2 formations maybe 80 to 90% of the time. So yeah, let me show you the audibles for this. I usually take Y stick out and I go with that PA counter shot. As you can see, that's a counter PA, so that looks just like a counter run. And then you have that cross route and that post route, which can't be hot routed to unless you have hot route master. You understand? Dive, smoke alert, I take that out and I exchange it for 24 open zone. And that's because the quarterback turns the opposite way that he's handing the ball off. So it's pretty much like a misdirection. You know what I'm saying? And the money play is tight end attack. And we're going to go over that, and we're going to do some real serious homework and study with tight end attack. And where you see R1 at, I go to that play. PA tight end seam. That's not really effective because the user is going to follow that that red route right there, and the other guys are just generic. They're just basic routes, so you can come out there and pretty much create that on your own. I like to exchange that for the stretch looky. So when you look at this formation, you only see like 3, 6, 9, 12. It's 15 plays, but most of them are generic. You know what I mean? Like the tight end drive, that's generic. The PAX burst cross, that's generic. What I mean by generic is you can come out there and create that on your own by doing hot routes, except sometimes you might have one little route. So anyway, let's hit the field. So we'll start off with the PA counter shot. Well, no, let's start off running the ball. So first we got our 24 open zone. Like I say, cool part about it is you can go left and right. Most of you guys already know about this, but you know I like to add different spices in the game, so bear with me. And the reason why we have 24 open zone is because we have stretch. And you guys know how famous stretch is. Stretch or looky. If you want to read the receiver, if it's a gap right there, you can throw it to him simply. You guys know I don't like to run plays in practice mode, but that's how that go. But you ideally, in this whole formation right here, you want to be able to run stretch.
They'll run on first down. Sanders. They'll run on first down. Sanders. And they do get him down, but not before a goal from inside the 5. Once again with Sanders. And he'll take this into...
If it's open, it's open. But the thing about this formation is you have that far receiver over there that does a lot of damage on the field, and it draws a lot of attention, especially if they line up in cover 3. And that's where you have that hot route, that out route that I always, carry along to the other formations. The little 10 and out and smart route him. And he can cause a lot of pressure to a defense.
Stop your whining.
Vic now. Throwing the out.
So this is one of these formations where you got to be very patient, and you got to just, it's X's and O's. And the reason why I like it is because it's pretty tricky. So you got 24 open zone, which is a misdirection. As you can see, running back goes one way, but the quarterback turns the opposite way, and you got stretch. I'm gonna make another video for running plays. You guys gonna like that. It's called bang, bend, or bounce. You guys gonna like that little concept. Basically teach you to go outside, inside, or cut back. You know what I'm saying? So the 2 passing plays is tight end attack and the PA counter shot. Tight end attack is beautiful. You really got 4 options to go to. Now I really rarely go to that wheel route out there, but your first read would be the post from the red route, and then the running back on this little speed out route that you can't, it's like a ghost speed out route that you can't audible to. So that's pretty nice, and the user has to pick one or the other, and then if he picked the wrong way, you can also go to that angle tight end that's in the middle. It's very effective.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Vic got a man open. It's Darren. On 3rd down, Vic. And that's complete to Sanders. Here's Michael Vick. Sanders has got it complete. To throw, Vic. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And this one
yourself, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Oh, wide open, complete. The 20.
So yeah, last play right here is PA counter shot. And the reason why I like this is because you have that deep post going across the middle, and the user has to pick one or the other. Now what I like to do is I like to take this middle tight end and put him on a drag route, and it'll look like that. So if you look at it like that compared to what it was, it looks like that. Okay, so the drag route goes maybe like 3-4 yards up, then he started crossing. But so I like to put him on a drag and let him go straight across, and that'll create a little bit of separation between X and R1. So your user have to pick who he want to be on, and then you go to the opposite guy, and it pretty much goes like this. Well, I usually have a left-handed quarterback, so if you guys are gonna run people like with Cam Newton, you might want to flip this. So yours will look like this. Put R1 on the drag route, and then you pick wherever the user don't go. So let's pretend the user, you know, was on the field. That's one thing about me. You're gonna always see me accounting for the user, because that is the most important thing when you're playing against a human opponent opposed to playing the computer. That user is like the queen piece on a chessboard. It can move anywhere, however it wants to. You know what I mean?
Here's Vic off the play fake for Sanders. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before he gets... Vic goes play action. Steps away. Now he'll pull it down. Here's Vic off the play fake for Sanders. Rolling to his left. The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
So yeah, this formation, like I say, you can stay in these T formations the whole drive. Now let's go over here. So it's obvious that mesh, this is like your little second and third and short type of plays. When it's like 3 or 4 yards or something to go, you do mesh, and then it's like a cross. You guys know how to mesh cross go. You just pick wherever the user didn't go, or try to get underneath the hook zones and, you know, the purples and stuff like that. Dive, that's obvious. I only do PA flood. Let's pretend I don't have Michael Vick and I got Cam Newton, so you will flip this on the right side. You only do flood when the defensive end that's hovering over Olsen, he isn't like, he don't have a free path to come right in at the quarterback, because if he do, this play is dead from the get-go, like this. See, that play was dead from the get-go, even though that was a cornerback blitz. So you want to do this, like let's say you come out in it, PA flood, and I would be running this way because he's a right-hand quarterback. You guys got to bear with me. This makes sense, but it just seemed like a whole bunch of BS right now, but it makes sense when you put it all together. So yeah, that X route is on a speed out route, but because you have the wing tight ends on the left side of the field, that draws attention, so it'll make it look like it's a stretch. So that's why sometimes your user opponent will open up the line, or he'll shift the line to the wing side, and then you can come and do some kind of rollout pass and, you know, use escape artists and do stuff like that. And it gets a lot of yards at times. Like I say, I don't like to run practice plays on the computer. Okay, so going over to the stretch, what I like to do to this, I'm coming out with another scheme. It's gonna be deuce close. I give you guys a spoiler alert. You can do bench all day long, man. You can do bench from deuce close all day long, but this pretty much looks like bench. And what you would do is you would put this guy over here and you'll have a far tight end on that side. So the user always have to account for that post route right there. And you can put circle on the out route, and it looks just like bench. You know what I mean? Put triangle on the streak or whatever you want to do with them, but you always want to put circle on the out route, and then, you know, have Olsen or whoever X for that tight end. It's kind of like the formation from volume. I think it's volume, whatever volume is, when I did the A slot, the gun A slot. When you do that play called post, you always got that tight end over there. But anyways, that's that. You guys have been great as usual. We have hit 100 subscribers. I think we're at 113, and today is May 23rd. So we're getting somewhere with this. I have a lot of planning to do. I got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of ideas and stuff for the upcoming year as we approach the end of Madden 20. This is Kenny Catfish. I'll see you guys on the field for 4-minute offense.